Welcome back to El Sabor del Amor, our telenovela game using Pasion de las Pasiones, which uses the Powered by the Apocalypse system. Uh, if you caught the first episode last week, you would have been introduced to our wonderful array of characters, uh, employees of the restaurant that the show is placed in, La Nautica. You have employees, you have the owners, and of course, you have. It's just that it's employees and the owner, and these are the two roles. That's it. And you've been introduced to some of the NPCs as well, some who are in love. We ended last week with a wonderful proposal between Sebastian and Julieta, who are the seafood chef and the bread chef, respectively. But before we get into it, let's have everyone introduce themselves. Let's start with Denver.
Hi, I am Denver Grant. She, they. You can find me on the Bird app at DEA Grant Draws and on Twitch here as DJ D20.
Denver, I will get it. I will get into a proper intro for your character since we didn't get one last week. But give us a little 2-sentence. Who are they? What do they do?
I'm playing Cristobal Santiago. He is one of the waiters at La Náutica. And he has a twin brother who also works at La Náutica, Diego.
Alrighty. Moving on to Amanda.
Yeah, hello. My name is Amanda. Amanda Panda Sensei here on Twitch, and I am playing Fernando Reyes. I am I'm the sous chef here at La Nautica. So yeah, all good.
All right. M.
My name is Emily, she, her, and I'm playing Maria, the pastry chef at La Nautica.
Next up, let's go to Adi.
Hello, people of the internet. I am RDMK. He, him. I am playing Carmen Santevista, a hostess and singer at La Nautica.
All right. Next up, Sangeet.
Hello, I am Sangeet. I am playing Mrs. Salazar, the owner of La Nautica. Behave, guys. Behave.
Oh, and I think Kronos, as of now, is AFK, but that will give me a chance to introduce myself. Hello, everyone. I'm HNP. I will be your game master for this episode and the episodes moving forward. I am just here to facilitate drama and enjoy it along with chat here. Last we left La Nautica, there was, as someone had noticed, a missing knife in the kitchen. A knife has been stolen or misplaced or just taken, and who knows what will come of it. And we also ended on someone rummaging through the office at La Nautica. Who could it have been? Oh, and as well as a note that Mrs. Salazar had received from her brother, warning her against any couples in La Nautica. Seems Kronos is back. Kronos, your intro.
Yeah, the name is Kronos. Yes, like the Greek god from myth. And I don't have any socials. Kronos Time Lord on Discord. You can DM me whenever. And yeah, that's me. I'll be playing. What's up?
Kronos, you're going in
Is
and
it
out.
the audio?
Yes.
Oh, gotcha.
So
All right.
stick to the pendulum.
Okay. Is this better?
Yes.
Can you guys hear me now? All
Yes.
right. Gotcha. All right. Embarrassing start avoided. Rewind. Da da da. I am Kronos. Don't have any other socials. You can reach out to me on Discord, Kronos Time Lord. And yeah, today I will be playing Federico Feducci, the pasta chef at La Nautica. And yeah, that's me.
Alrighty. I was just recapping as to where we left off with the missing knife, the someone rummaging through the office, and the note that Mrs. Salazar received from her brother Dante, warning her against couples that form within Lunatica, which is a
Oh,
little
I
unfortunate considering.
I
Sorry.
am so sorry to interrupt. I couldn't hear Kronos at all during his introduction. I don't know why. Uh, should I
Okay.
like join the other thing and see?
Amanda, can you hear me now?
Because yeah, I could not hear him at all.
Did you hear him just now?
Nope.
Oh. Oh no.
I'll try to rejoin. Might be an
Yeah.
Okay,
issue
I'll
on my end.
rejoin. 1 second. Let me rejoin.
Steve, help.
It's all right. This is par for the course.
I'm so sorry about that. Yeah, I just
No, no, no. It's
Um,
totally, completely all right.
can you hear
Glad
me
to
now?
have someone who
yes,
can.
yes, I can hear you now. Okay, sorry, we're good.
Gotcha. Cool.
Amazing, amazing. Okay. Um, right. Recap has just finished, and earlier this week I had given everyone prompts as to something that previously happened on the show. We've gotten answers from Carmen throwing a glass of wine in Mariano's face, to and contrasting that, Camilla comforting Mariano and even closing the restaurant down for a day just so Mariano could have, a quiet day off. Um, we have instances of Maria, ever the watchful eye, hearing someone in the office of Lunatica and trying to see who they were, but the unknown person escaped, and Maria found a locked drawer that had been opened. We uh, we also have instances of Federico opening up to one of his thugs and expressing how tiring the violence in his life is, and maybe working at the restaurant is a second chance in life. Um, and of course, cannot leave this out. Um, the knife that had gone missing last week, uh, the person who had touched it last was our sous chef Fernando Reyes. And along with that, Cristobal had found an envelope full of cash in their helmet with a note saying, "For my rising star." We don't know what that could mean yet. All right, let's begin. After the celebration of Julieta and Sebastian, champagne was served around after everyone had a couple glasses and the restaurant was properly closed down. Um, uh, Federico, you leave the restaurant and what do you do?
Okay, so Federico's just finished his shift. He is, tied up all the apron, like he's taken off the apron. He's in his shirt and his pant, like the like a shirt that's white shirt that's open up to like the mid chest. And he is dressed in black pants, and now he exits out the side door. he reaches into his pocket, grabs a cigarette, lights it up, and yeah, he's just sitting there and like he's standing outside and smoking.
As you enjoy your after work smoke, a figure approaches you from the shadows and kind of like stands at attention. And you see one of your thugs, Uno, kind of just waiting for you to say something.
Above board P, but I know that the letter was given to
Yes,
Lady
you would know
Salazar.
that a letter was was to be delivered today, regarding some sort of information.
Got it. So yeah, I'll take a puff and give a slow exhale, and I'll just speak without looking to the right. Just hearing us present, I will go. So, what was in the letter?
We had gotten some sort of an intel, and I was told that couples weren't uh, a good omen for the restaurant. Uno kind of scoffs a little and continues, although I don't understand what a couple could do to harm the restaurant. Then again, I'm not one to question anything that you or Dante gives me.
Is is this just a warning for the restaurateurs, or is this another? Is there another significant meaning behind that meant for me?
I I was not given any details. The intel itself was very vague, and the source of it also was of a questionable sort. But then again, when does your father not take anything seriously?
That's fair. I mean, him no him taking everything seriously is the reason I came to the restaurant in the first place. Well,
Well, hopefully we can get to the bottom of this, and you can keep an eye on things inside.
yeah, I suppose that is my duty after all. Well, his will be done. Hey, you know.
Of course. Anything else that I should look into as of now?
Hmm. Keep an eye on Mateo for me, and also make sure that Alicia is doing okay. Make sure that you know, off her shop is off limits after all, but make sure that she's doing well.
I will check in with her. As I understand, she will be here in the morning.
Gotcha.
All right. If anything, I will report to you again. And he, turns on his heels and he kind of disappears into the darkness. Um,
Yeah, and I imagine that after speaking, he flicks the cigarette, chucks it off, goes back in, and like the second that he goes back in, there's almost a switch, and then he goes, "Diego, where the hell are you?"
Diego?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Um, Diego isn't here, but Anthony, the bartender, does like appear and says, "I was just wiping the counters. Diego isn't here. Did you need him?"
Yeah, just wanted to berate him for his incompetence. My pasta almost became cold. Who serves cold pasta at a 3-star restaurant? What is this?
Well, mistakes were made.
Apparently, it's. I just wonder how many more mistakes a person can make before they're let go. But I suppose we'll see.
Mm. But I'm almost ready to lock up. I will see you tomorrow.
Yeah, see ya.
Good night. Federico.
Good night, my friend.
And Anthony goes back. Anthony has the closing shift, and we open the next morning. Who is the first person who comes for the early morning shift?
Maria, always.
Fernando probably comes in like for early shifts. Not just because, of the good company, but it's there's other reasons, of course. Often
Oh, totally. Yeah,
Sure.
definitely.
other
As
reasons.
the sous chef, you have many responsibilities.
Oh, yes. Yeah, responsibilities. That's me. That's one of my middle names. Responsibilities.
Maria, you get in. You open up the you open up the kitchen bit, and you start prep work on the pastries that are to be made for today. Usually, Julieta is also here because she also does her prep work for the bread station. But considering what happened last night, you know you notice that she's missing, but at the same time, you don't think too much of it, and you continue on your prep work. And around, I would say, like a half hour after you start your day's work, Fernando walks in.
Oh. Here early as always, Maria.
Well, someone's got to do some work around here.
Yes, because yep, that would be well, I was gonna say all of us, but Diego.
Diego, I mean, what does Mariana really do except yell at us?
I mean, not that I would say anything about him if he was.
Of course.
Yeah, no. While he might have listening devices somewhere, but so
Wouldn't put it past him.
I would not. No, that freaks me out sometimes. But
We're just joking, Mariana. We love you so much, and you're so good at your job.
Yeah, best boss of best manager, head chef of our hearts.
Mariana almost never opens in the morning, but it's like a running thing of like, if you speak bad of Mariano, even if he isn't there, he'll somehow hear it somewhere.
No, yeah.
Could there be a squeal of tires from outside as a Mini Cooper comes drifting into the parking spot?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Hearing that, Maria hits brew on the coffee machine.
All right.
Precisely about a minute.
It was,
sorry, go ahead.
The quiet was nice, but guess it's over now.
And precisely at that point, the door to the kitchen slams open. It was such a horrible night. Mi amor, please, I need a hug.
Coffee cup in front of her first, then a hug.
Oh, you know me the best. You know me the. Oh, I see you are here as well, puppy. Good to know. Good to know.
As always, it's sort of like it's my job or something.
Oh yes, that is why you are here, darling. I understand. Oh, sorry. It was a horrible night yesterday. I could not even find someone to take my frustrations out on. I just had to go for a long drive on the coast. It was a beautiful moon, and I'm sure I looked fabulous in the moonlight, but there was no one to see. It felt bad. I don't know. Hopefully today is going to be better.
Yeah, sure.
I would say, Fernando, at this point, you realize that, like, it finally clocks in your head that there's a knife missing.
Oh, yeah. So it's like, I just like was looking around, like making sure all the stations were like ready for everyone, and hey, Hey Maria, did you see where?
Second, I'm gonna roll for whose station it's out from.
Oh, whose station? Sure.
Yeah. Oh, that's perfect. There's like 6 chefs. It's gone from Maria station.
Oh yeah. Hey, yeah. Go ahead. Oh, sorry, Maria. Did you do something with one of the knives, or did you just take it now?
I always put my knives back at the end of the night. I washed them all last night.
Yeah, I know you do. I was just wondering if you had just taken it now or something, or put it somewhere. I don't see it anywhere.
No, I'm
Huh.
not cutting anything right now.
I'm going to add something else because this knife is Fernando was the one who last touched this knife. This could be the knife that you use to cut off the little burnt bits off.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, I think you were the one who used
Oh.
the knife last, because
Oh.
when you were helping me with the cake.
Oh, the cake. Yeah. Oh, how
Maybe-
stupid of me. I should have that. Oh, I'm embarrassed. Let me see. Well, didn't I put it back after I washed it? Let me. So
Fernando, would you like to
yeah.
spot something out of place?
Yeah, I would. So let me
Maybe it was dropped on the floor in the commotion of the engagement, given how important those things are for most people.
Well, let me just do a roll. Let me. Actually, this is my first roll. I've actually forgot to get my dice out. I'm embarrassed.
That's all right.
All right, so roll 2d6.
We have questions you have to answer.
Oh, right.
So I would say, since this was missing from Maria's space, this would be in the question would be in terms of Maria. So have you been intimate with Maria of late?
I guess this would be like an audience question. I'm assuming that Fernando would have been trying to help her out, but sort of trying to keep it professional while they're actually at work. So trying to respect her space and stuff, not but so yeah, I think he's sort of fawning from afar kind of thing more than
Okay.
bothering.
So that's a no.
I think Fernando
sorry.
wishes.
Yeah.
All right. And the second question is, currently, are you free from other distractions?
Yeah, I would say he's pretty focused on this. Carmen might be doing her thing, but he's pretty good at tuning her out. So.
All right. And your playbook question is, are you handling things straightforwardly and without guile?
I would say so. I hope everyone would agree with that. That yeah, it's he didn't purposefully misplace something. I think he would have tried to. I think he's trying to be honest about it.
All right.
And own up to his mistakes.
Yeah, you can roll 2d6 plus 2.
All right. Okay, I'm just gonna do this on Google.
What is Fernando trying to do right now? Again, sorry.
Spot something out of place.
Spot something out of place. I would say maybe you could check under the table. It could have fallen down, Fernando.
Okay, so I rolled a 4 and a 6, so that's 10 plus 2, so 12.
Oh, so that's a full hit. So you can ask 2 questions from the list that's in the move.
Can I also do a quick little thing? As Fernando is searching and is bending over, I'm just going to give a pointed look at Fernando's pert bottom, and Maria, and just kind of go like, hello?
Immediately looks away.
and I mouth, he's in tune.
All right, so let me look at these questions. So okay, So oh, sorry. Maybe I'm misunderstanding. So I ask a question, or on a hit ask 2 questions? Okay, cool.
You ask a
So
question.
from these.
Mhm.
Okay.
You would ask this question to
to Maria. Okay.
or to Emily in this case.
Okay. So I just sorry. Yeah, just one of these, not like a one that I think of.
You know what? You can do one from this list and one that you think of.
Okay, cool. So the question that I'll ask to Emily is how does your character feel about working at Náutica? I was gonna say me, but or about Fernando, but yeah.
So Maria is grateful to have this job. It's definitely a better job than she ever thought she would get. And in that, she's kind of also like scared of losing it. She's definitely dealing with some like imposter syndrome. Like doesn't feel like she deserves to be here.
Yeah. So okay. Yeah, and then I can't ask about like, so these are, sorry that I'm like, figuring out the
completely fine.
But so I'm not asking like where is the knife, I'm asking like personal questions. Yeah. Okay, cool. So okay, I'll ask one from the list. So how could I get your character to open up to Fernando a little more?
Maria is quiet about herself. She needs to know someone pretty well to open up. And so I think definitely the like coming to work early just to spend time together is already on the right track. Or you could just get her drunk and she'll spill everything.
No,
that works too.
That is not Fernando's style. So yeah, don't let Federico hear that. But yeah, not Fernando's style.
What did I do?
Yeah. I don't know. Nothing yet.
That looks like something you might want to ask a favor for.
All right. So yeah, those are my questions as I'm looking for the knife.
All right. You don't seem to find the knife, but then again, sometimes knives go missing, and that's fine. I mean, it might be a problem for like when Camila comes around and is like, really guys, we lost something else, like for in terms of like replacing costs. It's a slight annoyance, but nothing too bad. Nothing anyone will get reprimanded for. The three of you continue with opening up the restaurant, and I would say Mariano strolls in like I think an hour after Maria and Fernando came in, and he looks a little exhausted. He always looks exhausted, but the first thing he does is he comes to Maria and he comes up to you and he says, "I'm sorry for losing my temper last night. We were swamped. That is not an excuse. I will try to do better. I hope you can forgive me."
No worries.
You've been a great asset to the restaurant, and I wouldn't want to make you feel as if you aren't a valued member of the team.
Thanks, but really, it's fine. I messed up and I fixed it. And
We all mess up, Maria. You messing up is a once in a blue moon situation, and my expectations of you should not mean that you get a lesser chance of messing up than the rest of us, and that's on me. But today's a new day, and as always, you are always here, and that's what matters. And I'm very, very grateful that you are. And with that, he kind of, you know, goes to like to his station and like starts prepping stuff. And I would say, would Camila come in this early? Camila?
Yes. I don't think Camila would come in this early. I think, but she did have the tea plans with Steve in the morning. Not Steve, sorry.
Silvio.
Yeah, Silvio in the morning. So maybe
we could make it that Camila does end up keeping the tea appointment and Silvio doesn't.
he's going to be furious about it.
And so Camila,
Carmen,
you come in. Yeah, you come in and you realize that Silvio isn't here. Carmen, you notice this.
I would clock that, and before I head off to talk to Camellia, I would wander over to Maria's table and just like drop a glance in Mariano's direction and go, well, it seems like old dogs can learn the new tricks after all. And
don't say that too loud.
it was just loud enough so that Mariano could hear it, and she sashays out in Camelia's direction.
Okay, Mariano kind of like chuckles a little and like shakes his head, but that's all he does.
Mrs. Salazar, I've noticed that you are looking a little perturbed, or is that more peeved? I'm not sure with your face. It is have you done your makeup today, my dear?
Carmen, always a pleasure.
I can
I'm
always
fine.
help with that. Come. I just like I take her to a little alcove and I just start dusting her cheeks with like a little brush.
She tolerates her.
I noticed that Mr. Silvio has not turned up yet. Is that part of the reason why you seem a little irritated, perhaps?
A little. If a busy person makes time for you, you should ideally respect it. But he is a man of less morals and even less commitment. So
I have been meaning to ask Lady Salazar that what is Mr. Silvio's purpose here? He does not seem to do much.
he is, I would say he's like a toolbox that you want to keep at the end of your car. So just in case something goes wrong and you don't have the exact tools you need to fix it, just send him there. He's more of a band-aid situation, yeah.
Just in case. That makes a lot of sense for me. Well,
People like him.
Indeed. Well, I shall keep an eye out for him as well as Mr. Matteo. I did see him yesterday. He did not seem to. He did disappear a little earlier. I did not see him as usual. So I know that you want us to be careful around him. So I shall keep an eye out for him as well and let you know if I spot him.
I thought you were keeping an eye out.
Oh.
Unless my eyes wandered into deceitful territory.
Deceit? Me? please. I am never something like that. But I am keeping an eye out for him and my finger on him as well as a number of other things. But I shall definitely continue doing so.
We are all bettered by your talents. Now, if you will excuse me, I think the tea must be swapped for coffee.
Indeed, Maria has a beautiful pot of coffee that is being brewed, and at this moment, I suggest you ask her. My
I think I
hermana
would.
will set you up.
I think I should go for Mariano's. He makes. He has
Maria,
interesting ideas.
Mariano, perhaps, yes, but Maria would be a better choice, at least in my humble opinion, Lady Salazar.
You grow humbler every day. And he
Naturally.
would tap her hand, and Kamya just gets up and walks out. There's not. She already has very less patience today.
All
Good.
right. Where does Camila head to after talking?
She's going to head to the kitchen to find Mariana. She's not lying about the coffee. She needs it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, Camila, you head towards the kitchen, and as you do, who else? Federico is missing. Would Federico come in at this point?
He's probably slipped in at some point, and he's just prepping for the day. In the kitchen, it's on the right there.
Okay. So Federico is here, and Camila, as you enter, you hear everyone, whoever is in the kitchen as of now, and in the restaurant, kind of hears the distinct rumbling of Alicia's truck, rolling down the road and like coming to the back, and you hear a distinct little beeping as like the truck kind of backs up, and I would say at this. Camila, you find Mariano helping Alicia transfer the groceries for the day, vegetables, any other herbs, spices, and stuff like
Federico interrupts, like if he can, he would like to interrupt Marianne and say, "Boss, this is beneath you. Yeah, I know what you go prep for the other people. I got this. Yeah. So I'll try to help Alicia with the boxes instead. Miss Alicia, how are you doing? If I may, and then I'll try to take the boxes from her and move it in. Take care.
Alicia kind of like places like a grateful hand on your shoulders, like thank you so much, Federico. Ever helpful. And Alicia continues to unload the supplies. And Camila, you find Mariano free at this moment.
Kamya just walks up, and you can see as she gets closer to him, she's losing whatever kind of hold she was keeping on her emotions, and you can definitely see the frustration in her forehead. Like, Mariano, young people, and she gives a nod.
Mariano kind of nods knowingly, and he kind of like ushers you into the kitchen, and like knowing, almost like knowing what Camila needs in this moment, and immediately starts like a cup of coffee.
As he's starting the cup of coffee, she continues. So I don't know if you knew, but Mateo came by last night.
What does that weasel want now?
I never really know. He's always trying to start something. I think I saw Carmen and him giving looks. But
who doesn't Carmen give looks to, Camila?
Fair point. How are things in the kitchen? It's been a while.
Things are going well. I admit I lost my temper last night due to the rush, but nothing I cannot fix on my own. Other than
It's been
that,
30 years you've been saying that. Ah,
and
just
clearly,
embrace the devil.
I am trying my best, Camila. How
How's Fetucci doing?
French is doing great, honestly. He was someone I did not expect to be doing quite well. I mean, again, I don't know from where he has come from, but his skills are pretty good.
Are you making him do the hard work?
He does the hard work himself. You just saw him. He is readily volunteering, and again, a good man to have in the kitchen.
That is nice to hear.
Just in the
All right,
background.
then.
That's right, boss chef.
So last night I got a message from a stranger, I guess, and she's going to pull out the message. She got the letter with the envelope and kind of hand it to him. Do you know what this is about?
I don't see how it would affect the work we do here, but maybe it was just a prank.
You don't know any other lovers besides the one that just got engaged? Just, I don't know what goes inside here.
1 second.
I don't know how perceptive Mariano is.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to decide. I'm gonna roll for it just to see if Mariano's just straight up blind as to what happens in his kitchen. Because I don't think Mariano expected Sebastian and Julieta getting together either.
Fair.
Come on,
Why
let's
is
go
it
with that
right
20
in the middle?
insight.
Mariano kind of looks at you and like kind of cocks his head to the side and thinks for a moment before saying, I don't think so. I mean, of course, I should know whether someone is, that people are. Well, I'm not sure.
Okay. We'll keep an eye out if you could. I know how busy you are, but if you could, as a favor, to me.
I will try my best, and if I see anything, I will say something to you.
Thank you. Mateo, the envelope, it's just a lot of things happening
I don't see
simultaneously.
how Mateo and this envelope would be connected, though. Who would want to be with that sucker?
Could just be a prank. Probably just a prank.
It probably was a prank. Maybe someone didn't like Julieta and Sebastian. But who wouldn't like Julieta and Sebastian? That's he kind of like waves the idea away. And at that point, like, coffee has been brewed, and he hands a cup of coffee to you.
Well, I will leave you to your work. I think I've taken enough time out of the kitchen time that you have. Let me know. I'll be around though in the restaurant. Let me know. I think I should spend some more time at this place.
Okay, I'm gonna cut back to Federico and Alicia. Yeah, Alicia is pretty much done kind of unloading things in terms of just unloading it and not like putting it in the right place. That's kind of your job. And would anyone be helping Federico?
Carmen could be outside having a smoke and offering emotional support.
I can imagine like Fernando like actually wanting to help. But,
okay.
Yeah.
Carmen could be just like overseeing it. And that's how,
of course, trying to feel important.
That's how Carmen helps.
Trying.
Yeah, you go out to you finish whatever prep work you were doing, and you go out to see if you can help Federico put stuff where they put the things where they belong.
Yes, lift with your legs, my dear, not with your back.
Yes, thank you, Carmen. We're
Yeah.
aware of how.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Carmen, could you come over here and show me how to do it?
Oh, I would most certainly be open to doing this, puppy. And she walks up and, like, does that whole squat, like, which is like almost a twerk, and then, like, picks it up
Yeah.
and hands it to you. Do you need more aid in this regard?
Well, I mean, like, yeah, could you, like, yeah, if you could show me proper yeah, why don't you like it's like, yeah, he's like gonna like sort of hand it back to her and just like, yeah, you could show me all the way over there.
No, but the kitchen is your domain, or, well, I'm sorry, you are under the domain of the kitchen. I wouldn't want to interrupt such proceedings. Hands it back to you.
All right. Yeah, it's like he knows that she'll just keep doing that all day, so it's better
Yep.
to just
It's just
take
like
it and go.
Fernando's clever way of making Carmen do the work.
Yeah. It's just like,
She
yeah.
knows. She knows.
Yeah. Oh no, it's so heavy, Carmen. I need a strong, empowered woman to help me with
Oh,
this.
I'm sure I can find one for you. Bats eyelashes.
Meanwhile,
Yeah, while he
Alicia.
walks in.
Meanwhile, Alicia is kind of like dusting off anything, and kind of turns to turns to Federico and is like, "Well, I must be going. I have other orders and things to do, as always."
Gracias for getting us the stuff on time as always, señorita. Uh, I I must say I am curious. Like, how many more places do you have to go after this?
3, and afterwards, again, it's more putting in orders and getting my vendors in order, stuff like that.
Sounds like a busy day. Tell me,
Yeah.
when would you be? Which days would you be free then?
Alicia looks a little taken aback, and 1 second. Right. Alicia looks a little taken aback and says, "I don't think I've taken a break anytime.
Senora, it looks like then maybe you should take one. Would you like to take one this Thursday with me for dinner? Say 7:30.
Alicia is a little, shocked, but she kind of blinks a couple times and then says, "I will have to get back to you on that. I will have to check my schedule and the vendors and the work."
Completely understandable. If you ever do find the time to take a break, and then I would appreciate if you could take one with me.
Alicia blushes a little and says, "I will check my schedule." And she gets back into her truck and starts out to make her other deliveries.
Bye, Alicia. I hope you take that break sometime soon.
She kind of waves as she leaves. But yeah, I would say
Federico looks at Carmen and touches his nose on the side, like the double tap, and then goes nods at
She
at
she
Carmen.
she will like, so she this is a cigarette holder, by the way. So the cigarette is at the end. So, but she'll like tap it and she'll give it a return nod, like play as a player, and like finish the cigarette and then follow Federico inside.
At this point, I would say I think this would be an hour before lunch service starts. All the servers pile in, and of course, Diego isn't here. But this will be the first time we catch a glimpse of Cristobal. Cristobal, tell us how Cristobal comes into work.
Cristobal usually shows up about half an hour before he's supposed to be at work and just starts, well, first he parks his little scooter, his little Vespa, and he is dressed very professionally in the waiter's uniform. His uniform is impeccable. And his hair is pulled back, so it's not in his face, it's not in the way. It's in a high bun. Not a man bun, just a high bun. And he arrives early and gets started on getting the place settings all set up and to standard. And once that's all done, he's gotten very good at it and very fast at it.
Mm-hmm.
Once that's all done, he clocks in.
Oh, okay. Okay. So yeah, as you clock in, all your other fellow servers are also there. We have Alma, Dolores, and Trinidad helping set tables, put napkins in the napkin holders, any glasses that need to be wiped or silverware that needs to be shined, that's being done. Antonio rolls in the latest because he did do the closing shift last night, but prep work for the bar isn't too complicated for Antonio. And he, gets his station set up for the day as well. At this point, at this point, I would say everyone else also arrives. Our lovely dishwasher Ariadne arrives just to, start stuff up before the lunch rush happens. And Julieta and Sebastian also show up, as do Cruz, Leo, and Bella and Remy. So everyone is here ready for lunch rush. And as lunch rush starts, who else is going to come in first but Horatio? Lovely, wonderful old man Horatio, with his gaggle of friends. And Cristobal, he took a liking to you ever since you started working here at Náutica, so he kind of waves you down. And he doesn't even stop at Carmen's hostess stamp, just because he knows that he's the one person that can kind of get away with that, and immediately kind of waves you down to be shown to a private booth.
And I will do so. Make usual chit chat.
Mm-hmm. I would say Horatio sits down with his friends and looks up at you and he says, "Cristobal, my friend, what are the specials for today? What can me and my friends expect? Something new, something old?"
How about a pleasant mix of both?
Ooh. As always, Cristobal, my wonderful, wonderful friend, you know the right thing to say. And he kind of leaves the order, he talks and questions his friends as to what they want to eat, what would they like, and as for himself, he kind of leaves it to you. And yeah, orders are put in and more people start coming in. Camila, what are you doing now that lunch has started?
Kamiya is for the past hour or so when everybody was working and prepping in the kitchen. She was going to actually find some time to read up on the documentation and the sales of the La Nautica, and I just want to make a quick check. How is it doing before we move on to the lunch service? If that's okay.
Yeah. This would be prior to lunch service.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, you can absolutely do that. As you're looking through the documents, you notice that some things are missing. Some of the documents are missing.
Do I know what kind of documents those are?
Like
Financial records?
said, like what kind of how Lunatica is doing, like anything regarding budget or just numbers or the amount of cash that's being brought in, accounts even, just like one page from like each little topic has been like taken.
Ooh. She does not like it. She thinks for a moment, and she's going to like make sure that she's going to put down like numbers on every other sheet, so in case anything more goes missing, she knows. She's going to put them back and make sure that it's like as secure as it is possible. And she's going to even more stressed than before walk down into the main area of the La Nautica.
All right. Are you looking for someone in particular?
I would say she first will stop by Antonio at the bar, and she's going to be like, something. I'm in a bad mood. Give me something to fix it. And you can definitely see like she's a little spaced out, still thinking about everything that is going on.
Antonio fixes a drink for you before lunch rush starts, and I think after that is when lunch rush happens. The Cristobal and Horatio have their talk and stuff in the kitchen. Let's see. What has Maria prepared for in the pastry department for today's lunch?
She's got like an apple tart going. Very like pretty, like perfectly sliced apples, like arranged in sort of a spiral pattern. She's got like a rice pudding with some fresh mango. And those are like sort of the lunch specials.
All right.
Sort of what she's got going now.
Yeah. One moment.
And of course, her tricelicious cake, as always.
Of course. All right. In the kitchen, again, everyone is doing all they can for their stations. Mariano, again, making sure the main courses are being taken care of. Fernando is doing, helping out in whatever way they can. Federico, not a lot of pasta options for the lunch menu today. So what would Federico be doing instead?
So knowing that he is not going to be as busy as normal, he looked towards Julieta. Does she look busy right now? Like, is she like in the middle of work, or how is she?
Yeah, she does look busy.
Okay. I'm gonna try to assist her in.
Okay.
As she.
Yeah, Julieta kind of puts you in charge of making a bread dip that would accompany today's bread servings. She kind of like quickly explains how to make it and kind of trusts you to do well.
Yeah, as Federico's making the dip, he will just like he'll try to make small talk, like quotation marks, and he'll say, "Congratulations on the engagement." Um, I'll be honest, I did not see that coming.
Julieta, who was proposed to last night, should be, bursting with joy, happy, blushing, but looks somber today. And she, she looks at you and kind of like half-heartedly smiles and says, "Well, yeah, we've kind of been on the down low for a while, but it's always nice when someone surprises you. Although, it does come with its own
I'll look
hurdles.
around. I'll look around to see if anyone's listening in.
Be busy.
Okay, gotcha. So, well, pardon me if I'm wrong, Senora, but it doesn't look like you're too excited about the engagement.
I'm very excited about the engagement, and she does like genuinely smile when she talks about it. And she also kind of like looks over her shoulder and kind of looks at Sebastian to make sure that he's not listening in. And she looks at you and says, "Well, the thing is, someone has been leaving me letters. And I'm not sure who it is, and I haven't told Sebastian, but it's been going on for the last couple months, and I don't know who it might be. And they're not nice letters."
Well, like, curb my curiosity if you feel it's necessary, but what do these letters say?
They kept threatening me to split with Sebastian, and I don't want to do that. And now that, I mean, of course, being engaged to Sebastian is everything, but now that we're engaged, I'm just afraid that the threats will amp up or something might happen, and I don't know, and I don't know if it's too late to tell Sebastian. I don't even know why I'm saying this now.
Well, Senorita, if you're that worried about it, could you, maybe you could give me the letters and I'll see what I can do?
Yeah, I guess so. They're in my locker. I'll get them to you after the lunch
After
rush.
service sounds good. And if you don't mind, we can keep it on the down low. That's fine. Just
Yeah, I would. Yes, please. I would rather Sebastian not know about this.
For sure. And yeah, like we can't have people disturbing the romance of the kitchen. That is unforgivable.
Right.
And yeah, he'll go back to cooking. Yep.
All right. Okay, yeah, you help Julieta with her station throughout the lunch rush, and as time goes on, as throughout the lunch rush, Julieta gets more comfortable, and her usual demeanor is like slowly brought back by the end. In the meantime, let's see, Cristobal, you get. You get Horatio settled in, and you get him his food, and as always, Horatio always invites you to join him for a meal. Very, very, very persuasive as well. Just, kind of like clasps your hand and says, "Please, please join us. I would love to enjoy your company one of these days. And I know you always refuse, but please, please, for once, sit down with me and have a meal on me, on me."
I'm very flattered. as much as I would love to, right now I really need to take care of our other guests. But on, I have the day off coming up. I would be honored to join you for a meal.
Oh, and what day is that?
That would be Wednesday.
Very well then. I will hold you to your promise. You must not refuse me then.
I will see you on Wednesday then.
And you leave Horatio and his table. And you notice someone else walk in. And of course, the face of Matteo isn't an unfamiliar one here at Náutica. And although Leo did let him in, Carmen, he has to face you first. You're muted.
This is a perfect moment actually, because I think Mateo walks in, and just as Carmen takes to the stage for her performance, and she clocks him coming in, and she gives a bit of a smile and a smirk, and looks up the nose, but you can tell that her body language changes just a tad bit as she just immediately starts going sultry, and without even looking, just kind of snaps the fingers at Cruz and waits for this tune to start playing up, and then she essentially goes I wrote lyrics, and I have a tune in mind, by the way. So it's the middle of the day and the mood leads to sway. People start to mingle as all senses just tingle. Certain tastes call to be fed when all is done and said. How do you taste love in all its spicy, tender flavor? How do you taste love when you are bind to its splendor? And continues swaying, all of the while just looking only at Mateo the whole while.
All right. In that case, Cristobal, you receive Mateo, and he, when you do approach him, he kind of actively has to pull his head away from watching Carmen, and kind of says, "Right, table for one, of course, unless someone wants to join."
Of course, sir. Right this way. Cristobal is doing his best to keep his face professional.
Whereabouts does Cristobal seat Mateo?
He's feeling particularly sassy today, so he's going to make sure Mateo has a seat close to the stage.
Ooh, all right. Mateo kind of looks at you and nods in thanks as he takes a seat and takes a menu. He asks for a whiskey, but he mentions how he will have to take a look over the menu for today before ordering something. And from there, he continues to watch Carmen. Camila, you notice immediately Mateo's here. He's back. Camila?
Stunned silence.
Camila is gone.
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun.
I think
Camila went
yeah.
to look for Sylvia.
I think I think at that time Carmen would like finish up her piece, and instead of going off backstage, she would simply just kind of lean forward and hold out her hand to be received by Mateo and just go, "Are you going to help me off, or do I have to ask one more time?"
Um, Mateo kind of, takes your hand, like from where he's sitting. He doesn't get up, but he does take your hand to like help you down. But he's still sitting.
I I will smirk, and I will accidentally stumble into his lap, and then I will just there's a lingering hand on the chest as I push down and stand up, and
I'm gonna say he kind of like shifts before like gently pushing you off, like helping you stand back up.
is such a gentleman. I don't understand why you're having such trouble with the menu when all you really need is right here in front of you or in your hands already, senor.
Well, sometimes people want things that aren't always in their hands.
Oh, this is good to know. I shall keep that in mind.
I do have a question for you though. Um, if you could help me with my endeavors. There is no lengths I wouldn't go to get something for you. What do you have to say about that? Will you help me, Carmen?
It depends on the request, senor.
Oh, it's nothing too hard for you, I'm assuming. I would just like a copy of the menu for today, lunch and dinner.
It is already in front of you in your hands. You said you didn't wanted something that's not in your hands?
Well, you see, if I walk out with this, I will be stopped and antagonized for simply being curious.
Well, I shall see what I can do. But she will kind of lean forward and just kind of whisper in his ear, do you not have a phone where you can take a picture? Or are you above such espionage?
I seem to have forgotten my phone today.
Ah, how problematic. And she will rise up and just pat him on the shoulder and say, I will see what I can do.
All right.
Maria has been near the window of the kitchen listening to this conversation.
Are you using your roof?
I am.
Oh, hold on.
It's Keys to the Castle.
Yes.
Ooh.
Where are you? There you are. Okay. All right. So you definitely work here. That's one of your questions. You definitely work here, and you're definitely dressed to blend in. And your playbook question is, are you in over your head? Which I think is also a resounding yes.
Yeah. Maria's kind of always in over her head, but yeah.
Roll a 2d6 plus 3.
6 plus 3. Okay, so that's 8 plus 3 is 11.
Yeah, so that's a 10 plus. You get away without being spotted. You can either do that, or you can have one of them spot you, but you get to ask one of the either Carmen or Mateo for a follow-up question.
I think I'm gonna get away unscathed.
Okay. So yeah, you hear Mateo try to bribe Carmen.
Mhm.
And yeah, you go back into the kitchen, kind of, I would say, in a little bit of a daze or shock, kind of like, oh, what should I do now that I have this information? Who do I tell? Do I confront Carmen? Do I tell, Camila? And as you do, I would say you bump into Federico, not seeing where you're going.
Oh,
I'd also like to just add one thing. As soon as Camila goes off from Mateo, the last thing that Maria would have spotted is the fan breaking in her grip, and she just throws it in the nearest trash can, and like she takes another one from like within her dress, and like she's ready. But like,
Push does.
yeah, she seems to be heading towards the offices of the place.
All right. So Maria, you bump into Federico.
Oh,
Careful.
I'm sorry.
Which way are you going?
Sorry, a little distracted.
It's all good. You're fine. What's got you so distracted?
Oh, nothing. I just Carmen's song. Isn't she great?
Sorry, say again. Above board.
Carmen's song. Isn't she great?
Yes. Yeah, she's fantastic. I did think that she seemed a bit more seductive than usual. I mean, this is Carmen we're talking about, but still. Interesting.
I didn't think she had any other settings.
But yeah. No.
I guess I'll let you get back to it. I'm behind already.
Sure. Yep. Do I get
offer Maria any help?
Get
Seeing that Federico isn't doing much for lunch.
do I get any like insight on if she's being truthful or not? When
You can spot something out of place for Maria.
wait, let's do it. All right, let's go. Hang on, pulling up my character sheet. I know I should have this on hand, but god damn it, I forgot. I didn't realize I'd be making rolls this session. All right. So it's 2d6, right? And
you have questions you have to answer. Hold on. So for spot something out of place, you have you been intimate with Maria? And I think that would be a no.
No. Yeah.
Are you free of other distractions in this moment?
Okay, where exactly did I bump into Maria? Like in the kitchen or?
I would say it's like in the hallway where food is usually taxied.
Then no. Then he would be paying attention to the other stuff, and he is kind of distracted for sure. Yeah.
In that case, your playbook question is the last question you have to answer. Are you taking control of the situation?
Not exactly at the moment, no.
Oh, okay. Okay,
Yeah.
just roll a simple
2d6. All right. No, I don't get any bonuses. Oh, fine.
That's good. You're honest about what your character is doing and how they feel.
At least I'm honest. That's okay. All right. 2d6. Cool. So that's a 5.
Oh.
Roll 3 and 2.
I'm gonna say you don't seem to gather anything from Maria's from Maria's demeanor.
Which is impressive because Maria's a terrible liar.
So that's right. I assume that I've finished helping Julieta with the bread dip. So, Maria, if you need some help, I'm down. Like no one's ordering pasta today for some reason. Like who wouldn't order pasta? But yeah, if you'd like some help at your station, I'd be down to assist.
I mean, I've got it covered. But I mean, if you're trying to stay away from Mariano, I understand.
Perfect. Yes, boss chef does not like people being idle in his kitchen, and you would be doing me a favor.
Maria will take him back to her station and show him where she left off on some heart shells.
Interesting. And yeah, he'll try to get into it, and yeah, he would ask for you. Like he doesn't have much experience making dessert specifically, but he does make his own pasta. So it's like kind of like dough-based things. But mhm. Yeah, he will. So how many cups of flour do I add in here? Is there like a specific recipe? Do you have a specific number that you care about? Um,
Maria?
Maria,
Yeah. Yes.
gotcha.
Federico asked if there's a special recipe that you.
Oh, I didn't hear that at all.
Oh no!
Snap. Wait, so can you not hear me?
Cool.
Can you hear Kronos?
Maria, can you not hear me?
I could before, and now I'm not hearing anything.
All right, embarrassing internet issue again. I will rejoin. Give me a second.
You can rejoin, and I think we can take our break here. We'll come back in around 10 minutes. But we'll see. We'll see what happens with Maria and Federico after the break. We will see everybody in 10 minutes. Goodbye for now. Hello, everyone. Welcome back from break. Hope you hydrated and are ready for the fires that are going to be flying. Let's start out where we left with Maria and Federico in the kitchen with Federico trying to figure out if anything is wrong.
So Maria has a very specific way that she does everything in the kitchen. Chops the fruit, rolls out the dough, but she knows better than to micromanage another chef in the kitchen. So she's just kind of watching Federico do things a little wrong. And her nostrils are kind of flaring a little, but she's not gonna say anything.
No, but Federico is definitely gonna ask for guidance, clarifications, any if you'd like to have something done in a specific way, so yeah, Senora, okay, so how exactly do you want me to how many ounces do you want me to add to this? Is there any specific techniques that you usually do that for the start?
Maria kind of takes him through how she wants stuff done, but at some point there's helping and then there's teaching.
Yeah. Federico pays close attention. The second that he notices that you're getting a bit impatient, he's like, okay, got it, and then he's gonna start yeah. Yeah, that's
All right. As Federico, tries to help Maria in the kitchen, we go back to Carmen, who's looking for Camila, and finds Camila at the bar.
Is that Carmen would know this. Is it a smoking open policy, or is that it's
not
no smoking?
not indoors.
Not at the bar. Okay.
Not indoors at all.
So Carmen storms over, like, quietly. It's a quiet storm clouds. But she comes and she just kind of leans next to Camellia and looks up to Antonio. And Antonio, my special, please. I have need of libation.
Antonio nods and fixes you your drink.
And she would turn to Camellia and Senora Salazar, I believe I would like a word with you. If we could go to one of the nearby balconies where we have some privacy, I have something to share and a little dagger to craft.
She gives like a half smile. Of course, of course. You seem perturbed, and she's going to wait
Uh,
for the thing.
you see, what did she say? You seem worth what?
Perturbed, the word you
Perturbed.
used before for her.
Perturbed. Okay, good for you. Uh, she takes the glass and knocks it back in, like, straight chug. And just one more, Antonio. That was good, by the way. You're getting better.
Great
He
workout.
kind of like smiles a little at the praise, and he makes another.
And she will, Senora, shall we?
Yeah, we shall.
Uh, and she will lead the way to a smaller, out of the way balcony where she usually takes her, like, smoke breaks.
It could be
She
like the photo op balcony, and like no one seems to be there at this point.
Okay.
It overlooks the seaside, and you can hear the waves crashing and the soft clamor of guests and chefs in the background.
She will very controlled, like, put the glass on one of the tables and then take out her cigarette holder and then, like, insert a cigarette. And then there's 1-2 attempts at, like, the lighter trying to, like, there's a click, click, click. And at the third one, there's a and she just throws it down, like, and it bursts. And then she just
Allow me. And
thank you, Senora. And she would lean.
she's going to take a lighter out of her purse and light it up. So, we have something to discuss.
Well, that pendejo Mateo, the weasel, has a little offer in mind for me. I have he has wants me to conduct a espionage as if I am some sort of cheap spy, when I am in fact a loyal worker and part of the family of La Nautica, as you know.
What's that do?
He, the cabron, wanted our daily menus, and while I said that I could try and do what I could, on the way over, I was thinking that maybe we could throw in a little tamale on his pancake, as it were. Maybe give him a fake menu. What about that, Senora?
There was a menu that failed us back in May. Let me see if I can fish that out.
That would be most appreciated, Senora. I would think that it is time to let the little weasel know that he cannot have his way at our establishment.
Yes, he has felt quite free in fucking with our establishment so far. I do not
Mhm.
plan on letting him move about freely. I did also want to talk to you, Carmen. You seem like an informed person.
I merely try, Senora. I am capable in some ways, of course, but I would be open to listening to you, of course.
So this business with Julieta, it it came as a surprise to a lot of us. Do you know any other such budding romances going on in La Nautica? As the matron of the family, I should keep a finger on all of the pulses.
Well, in complete honesty, I have a few dalliances myself. Not that they are romances. Of course, you understand. As a woman of beauty and class, you have experience in your younger days, I would imagine.
Freedom is nice.
Indeed. But MC, would I have noticed any other dalliances or more going into romance territory?
Mm,
Romance one.
1 second. Um. Hmm.
I will also say you did hear Federico asking.
Oh.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Huh. You don't know of any.
Hmm.
You know that people are close. I mean, some people who work together are close, and you know that um yeah, you just know people are close, but nothing romantic.
While I ponder this question, do you think it would be all right if I asked you why you want to know? I mean, you have been the commander of our vessel as we cross the seas of cuisine for a while, but this is the first time I have heard you inquire after this. Is there some reason for this question, Senora?
Nothing of too much note yet. I have my little birds. They tell me things.
How intent is Carmen on finding out what Camila is?
Quite.
Do you want to manipulate a superior?
Ooh.
Ooh, manipulate a superior. Is that what would be doing?
Yeah, because
Um.
Mrs. Salazar is your employer.
I am
Okay.
also.
Okay. Yeah, I'd like to try.
Okay. Has Carmen caught Camila in a good mood?
I'm not allowed to answer, right?
You are allowed to
Oh,
answer.
I am. Okay. I would say her mood has gotten slightly better because of fucking over Mateo Kaplan. But yeah, I would say it's a more neutralish mood than good.
So not good.
Not good. Not
Okay.
sure.
Does Carmen's well-being directly affect Camila's well-being?
Yes.
That's a yes. And Carmen, your playbook question. Hold on, where are you?
Am I the center of attention?
Yeah, are you the center of attention right now?
At this point?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just. Does it count if there's just one other person? I mean,
A center of attention would be a crowd.
yeah. So I mean, there is no
Chat
crowd.
think? What does chat think? Is Carmen the center of attention for this moment in time?
Center of attention for the audience, for sure.
Yeah, it's like the camera, I think, would be like, if we were like shooting this, it would be like, a lot of like close-ups of this devious look on her face. So I would think that it's sort of like her moment. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I agree as well. Like,
All right
I
then.
can join.
You can roll a 2d6 plus 2.
1 second. I'm going to do that in, I guess, Avre. I guess, yeah, I'll do it in Avre.
Wherever you roll physical dice, you can roll in dice tray. That's up to you.
I am a very poor person. I don't have any physical dice. That's a 2d6 plus.
2.
That's a 13.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, okay. So on a full hit, Camila, you give in to Carmen's wiles and agree to part with some information.
Okay. Do I continue with the scene or do I?
Yeah, continue with yeah, I would say Carmen can have like a thing of like just kind of Carmen, what do you do to like try to manipulate Camila?
I have the most commiserating arm out on on her palm. I'll just we're standing at the balcony, and if she has her arm out on the railing, one very commiserating, understanding hand is just kind of gently placed on top of Signora Camilia's hand. And it's the most open and beguiling eyes that are asking for a favor for the betterment of Náutica as a whole.
She takes a deep breath. When La Náutica began, when Mr. Salazar was running it, it was a small shack, a beachside shack. Look at it now. There's a family that I've created here, and every few months, every few moments, after every few moments of peace, there comes this turbulence every single time. And recently, Mateo has been the face of it. I got this last night. Some burly-looking guy gave it to me, and she's going to produce the envelope actually.
Ooh, okay. Carmen, you take this envelope and you see that there's a letter inside it, and it says "Beware of couples."
This is advice that I would give out as well. This is most standard fare for me. I would couples so boring, but this is curious as to why this would be handed over to you.
I agree. Curious indeed, but it's not all. Mateo has been coming about, creating mischief like the little demon that he is.
I have been keeping an eye on Mr. Mateo, and I shall be keeping more of my attention on the Cabron going forward. But if you can hand me the failed menu from November, this would be good for us, as I will hand it to him as a small little token of my appreciation for his patronage, and I shall try and string him along and have my leash grow a little tighter.
She gives a strange smile. Yes, thank you. In all the birds that have given me information, I have always wanted a phoenix. She's going to give a little tap on her hand, and we must return. I believe I should talk to Horatio. He should have come in by now.
Yes, Senor Horatio has come and has, as usual, ignores me. But yes, I shall flare as your phoenix is wont to do, and I shall produce results. My song is layered and nuanced enough that I can be a siren as well. And she will give you that half bow, and there is just a whip of, like, the cigarette holder as the cigarette flies into the nearest ash tray. And yeah, she let me know when the failed menu is ready. I shall hand it over.
You'll have it soon. Okay. She is going to go back to, I believe, uh, she's going to first find Horatio, if that's okay.
Yeah, yeah, you find Horatio with his buddies, and Horatio again welcomes you very warmly. He's like, "Ah, Camila, what a wonderful sight, as always. My pleasure. Would you like to come join us for a meal?"
Not today, Horatio. But I just wanted to come in and check. Uh, is everything going good? I haven't been able to check up on you guys for a bit. You are, after all, one of my favorites.
Of course, of course. I am doing great. Cristobal, of course, takes wonderful care of me. And he kind of like gives a nod to Cristobal if he can see Cristobal, around. Um, he continues saying, well, as always, lunch has always been a pleasure here at Náutica. God bless your father for opening this place up. And God
Yes.
bless you for bringing it to its stature today.
Yeah. Always. That's what my father taught me. Always strive for greatness. So yeah, I won't take up any more of your time. Just wanted to check up on you guys. Okay. And she's going to head back to her office to find that little menu.
All right. Yeah, you're able to find that menu back where you stashed it in the records, with like a little red tab sticking out that's like "Never Again."
Yes.
Yeah.
All
So
right. I will wait for the end of service to give it to Carmen. Uh, don't want to disrupt the singing bird right now.
all right. As the lunch rush kind of settles down and finishes up, in the kitchen, again, everyone is kind of cleaning up and redoing some prep work for the dinner service. And Cristobal, you're taking the last bit of dishes to the back to give to Ariadne. And you, on your way into the kitchen, I think the first person you see is like Fernando.
Hey, Fernando. Was it just me, or was today a bit busier than normal?
Yeah, I feel like it is, but I don't. I guess it's just one of those days, right?
I guess.
But you doing all right then?
Yeah.
Wait, do I think you're Diego, or do I know that you're Cristobal?
You're not sure.
I'm not sure. Okay. So I'm just gonna like avoid saying names so that I don't like. So I'm just gonna be like, oh yeah, I totally know which twin you are. Okay. So So yeah, how's your brother doing?
I had to listen to an hour-long rant last night from him
Mhm.
about how he got chewed out by Mariano.
By Federico.
By Federico, yeah.
Federico.
Yeah. I'm trying to like so Fernando is right now trying to do like mental out like sort of like people algebra here, twin algebra, figure out, solve for x, figure out which one was chewed out by Federico, and then the other one is the one I'm talking to. So let's see. So he's like, oh, so this must be Cristobal. Oh, okay. Yeah.
You
I
would know
keep
that the person you're
telling him
talking
it's not that hard. You have to hustle. But does that dumbass listen? No.
it he does have some good points. Very, yeah, Diego can be very anyway, so but we're very glad to have you here today with the dinner rush. Yeah, keep up the good work. It's great having you on the team.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
sorry,
forgot
did you
back
need
to it.
something? Oh yeah. Yeah, did you need something or just
No, I'm just bringing the last of the dishes in.
oh, okay. Yeah. Diego.
Um, yeah, you go, into the kitchen and you kind of drop the dishes off to Ariadne, and Ariadne kind of looks at you almost with like pleading eyes and is like, please tell me this is the last of them.
Yeah, at least until dinner.
Right, of course. Well, at least by then my fingers will be back to normal.
Assume
And
Federico overhears. So it's like shit in his head. Yeah.
yeah, Federico absolutely can overhear this exchange. Um, hmm. Uh, so as lunch hour, closes down, Camila, you are able to get the rejected menu to Carmen.
Yes. Here you go. This is the absolute disaster that we had in November, I believe.
I shall. I look at it. Does it seem like a legit, good menu?
It it looks it does look a little old.
It looks a little old. Can I take the menu and thank you, Senora. I am going to do a little more to it to make it seem a little more clandestine, if you don't mind. As much as he is nosy, he's also smart. So I don't want to treat him like he's stupid.
Yes, the devil usually is clever.
And the devil is in the details.
Indeed. Well, if you need help, I think I could spare Cristobal if he's free. Silvio hasn't shown up, so he's usually
If
who
you
I would
have,
stand.
I don't have the best handwriting, but so if Cristobal is free, I know he has good handwriting, unlike his useless brother. But if I could borrow him for a second, I think that would be most helpful.
Of course, of course. I think he should be in the kitchen.
Uh, Thank you. And she will take this. This is all. I mean, she first of all, even before, Camellia would have approached them, she would have tried to ensure that Mateo does not have eyes on what's happening.
Oh,
He's
Mateo,
gone.
you don't seem to see Mateo on the floor right now.
She has there are mirrors placed in particular locations, so that she can immediately have an idea of if there are any hidden angles. She does her quick little check.
Yeah, you
No?
don't see.
Okay,
You
cool.
see.
So then she would go into the kitchen again with a "I am here" kind of vibe. But she walks in and Cristobal, if you could aid me for a minute, darling, I would need your assistance.
Of course, of course. What can I assist you with, Carmen?
There is a menu that I would like you to transcribe on a fresh piece of paper. Try and make it seem a little rushed, but not too rushed. But in your usual beautiful handwriting as well.
Of course. When do you need it by?
Immediately, darling.
Okay, I'll get right on it.
I shall wait. But come with me. I just want to make sure that you don't spill too much. Actually, maybe that would be a good idea. Come to me. I will make some. I will. Maria, mi amor, please have the coffee started, please.
It's already on.
I like blows kisses in your direction. You know me so well. And she would take Cristobal, have him sit, and there would be she'll go and get the coffee pot, pour some in little espresso thing for her own self, and then she'll kind of sprinkle some drops on
So,
the
Fernando, you
paper.
see all happening in the kitchen, and Federico, you do too. I think
And-
Mariano is the one person that isn't here right now. Just to I think Mariano would have gone out to find Camila just to check in how lunch was. But you guys have free reign of the kitchen for the next
Yeah.
few minutes.
And I'm just I'm looking over Cristobal's shoulder. Yes, make that with a little swirl, but make that a quick one, a dash. Like it is written a very fast.
I'm very fast. No,
Yeah. Unlike Cristobal, his player has shit handwriting.
yeah, so I don't know. I think Fernando would sort of maybe see something a little amiss and just be like, "What are they doing over there?" Sort of they're because they're in the kitchen, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So,
You could ask
what
Maria, since Maria seems to be helping.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I don't think that Fernando's not accusing someone of lying, but sort of yeah, just Maria, what are they up to here? Do you have any idea what's going on here?
Teo asked for a copy of our menu, so they're making him a copy of that experimental one we did in November.
Oh, that one.
Oh, so he's going to. Oh, okay. I see. I think
and
piecing it together. Yeah.
she would catch all of this and just give a smile at Maria and a shock's grin to Fernando.
Yeah, just well, oh right. Make sure to add there was going to be that one dessert, the one that remember the I know we don't talk about that incident anymore, but
For good reason.
the baked Alaska surprise that
Which collapsed
yeah,
like a sad flan. That one, yes, I know.
and
That is a good idea, puppy.
yeah, and the one and that the and make sure I don't think that we did we add the spice the what was it, we were trying that spice level the
I believe it was the apple chicken risotto.
The risotto that sent someone to the hospital, right? Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Make sure
you
that's on. Make sure that's on there.
now I would have expected this of Federico, but Fernando. And she gives an appreciative pat on your arm. Now you have risen in my estimation, my friend.
I'll discuss that with my priest.
Yes, I do like
If we
contesting
really
to.
want to screw Mateo over, we could send Diego to work for him.
I will offer that as an option. Uh, and
Yeah, really sell him up.
yes,
I
of
mean,
course. And yes,
You
I agree. Sometimes you have to confess these things to the padres. They do need like it when you confess.
could say we're sending Cristobal and instead send Diego.
mm.
Now, Federico. And she just taps the side of her nose with her cigarette holder. This
Oh
has
yeah.
been this has been a well forged dagger that we have made together, and it is. She will she will finish it. She'll take a look at it when Cristobal is done, and she
And just to
is.
give it some added authenticity, Cristobal also does the fancy flourishes under the Met restaurant's name.
Oh yeah.
This is why you will always be more appreciative. I will always appreciate you more than that pendejo of a brother. But and she will pat you on the arm appreciatively, and she will take the menu, roll it up into a nice little cylinder, and then from her little tote bag, she will pull out her perfume and do a 1-2 on the thing, and then she will slip it in between her cleavage, and then just kind of shimmy it into place. And I believe the torpedo is loaded. Now we just have to go and fire.
Um,
That this is what Fernando does.
Now, should we prepare marshmallows to roast over the fire that will be Mateo's crashing and burning?
That sounds
I
good.
think that in this case, I think a wiener would be more appropriate. It's definitely gonna catch fire.
I have the perfect
uh,
idea. I have the perfect idea for a spaghetti with sausage. I'm absolutely gonna get on that.
let's go.
yeah,
uh,
I would imagine like as Carmen like walks out of the kitchen, people like come around the little circle holes that are into the doors and just like kind of crowding around to see what happens. And you find Mateo back in his seat after that little disappearance. And yeah, you see him finishing his drink, and he, notices you, and he says, "Ah, mi amor, do you have what I asked for?"
that is certainly a possibility, but perhaps we can discuss that in a more appropriate place rather than right in the middle of the dining floor.
He kind of looks around and he says, "No one seems to be here or watching us."
That is what you think, mi amor.
All right, where would you rather have us talk?
There is that balcony where you and I met once, if you remember.
Mm. All right then, lead the way.
She will, offer her arm,
He'll take it.
and she will take him to the place. And as soon as they enter the balcony, she's going to kind of lock the door, and then she's going to just lean against, walk back towards the railing, and just lean against it and just give a raised eye and just look expectantly.
Well, what is it that you want?
What is it that you can offer me, Amor? As a supplicant to your magnanimity. It is only, I can only wait until you make an offer.
Well, I already told you I could give you anything that you would like in exchange for what I asked for.
You are already a successful business owner of another restaurant, are you not?
Well, I have people who run it.
Perhaps since I would be indulging in a rather disastrous move for La Nautica, and my employment here is at risk. Perhaps that could be a avenue for me to get a few stock options in your other restaurant, perhaps.
I can give you that as long as you give me exactly what I asked for.
If you can give that to me in writing, I will have, and she will, dip into her cleavage and, just pull out the rolled cylinder of paper.
Mm-hmm.
Not fully out, just I can certainly offer it to you. And then she'll push it back down.
He does give it to you in writing of that, like, if you give him today's lunch and dinner menu, he will give you stocks or shares of his company.
Okay. And then I will, in fact, hand it to him. Just pull it out. I'm sorry if it smells too much of meat. I've been hiding it in my bosom for most of the day after we spoke. I was looking for you afterwards, but I could not find you.
Oh, I was in the washroom.
Oh, of course.
He takes a look at the menu, and he notices that the lunch menu is just wrong.
Oh, this is...
Because fucking duh.
I think I would have, we would have made some changes, in that respect, to make it more this thing.
All right. In that case, he looks it over. He glances suspiciously at it and then takes his leave.
Oh, just before you head out, just so that we make it a little more understandable, I'm going to just reach up to him and just mess up his hair a little bit, just so that it's more thematic, mi amor.
He smiles and he says, of course, Carmen, when is anything not dramatic with you? And he kind of does like the 2 cheek kiss before he walks away.
Thematic also. You should maybe clean your ears out a little bit, but yes.
Huh?
Thematic, not dramatic.
No, oh, okay.
Thematic.
I heard dramatic. That's for Pete. Okay.
Oh, that's Pete's. Okay, fine. God
That's
damn it.
Pete's fault. I'm sorry.
Okay, it's okay. I like Pete. I'm not gonna say anything against Pete. Fuck Mateo.
Yeah. So Mateo leaves post lunch, and everyone has kind of gathered. Oh, Camila, where are you now? What are you doing post lunch? Oh, post lunch, Mariano came to you. Yes, I wanted this conversation. Mariano.
Sorry. Just as Mateo opens the door and walks out with messed hair, Carmen will also just come out and adjust and redo her lipstick before putting it into her little tote bag. And
I would say this is something that everyone sees. You see everyone who helped Carmen forge the new menu, the menu, sees Mateo come out with disheveled hair and Carmen come out with disheveled lipstick that she has to reapply.
And she will knowingly look in the direction of the holes in the kitchen wall and then just go and walk.
Oh my god.
Camila, where would Mariano find you after lunch?
I would say she would wait for the lunch rush to get over, and after there is room to breathe in the kitchen, she's going to order her food then, because she also does require lunch, and she's going to have
In
it.
that case, Mariano would prepare. I think Mariano is a person that would personally prepare Camila's food every day and bring it to her in where on the floor, like where
I would
everyone's.
say the office is
Okay.
where Kamiya would go.
Okay, before that, when you get to the office, you find a manila envelope on a manila envelope on your desk with a note attached to it. The note reads, "These seem to have been lost. I'm glad I found them before someone else did." And when you open the envelope, it's all the missing pages from earlier today.
Oh, is the note signed?
The note does have a little heart drawn at the end.
Okay. She's going to smile to herself.
Okay.
Well, I did not think at my age I would get to play in games, but here we are. And she's going to sit down at the desk, and she's going to think about what to do next as she waits for the lunch.
I would say right after you sit down, Mariano walks in with lunch and kind of like dotes over you as you, if there's anything that you want, any drinks, he'll go get them himself. But
Sit down, Mariano. Not when we are alone. You are not my worker when we are alone. Sit down, you're my friend. Come eat.
Thank you. And he kind of joins you in the meal, and he asks you. He's like, "How have things been going with the restaurant?"
I don't know. I think we are doing okay so far, but things have been happening. Yes, I don't know anything for sure, but somebody's playing a game with me, it seems. It's been a while since I've shown my tricky side to people, so I believe they have bolstered their confidence yet again.
Does Mariano kind of like raises an eyebrow and is like, "Oh, what do you mean by this?"
She's going to flip open the envelope. Do you recognize this writing?
He looks at it and he like takes the note and he kind of like examines it and he's like, "I don't seem to notice. I don't seem to remember anyone with this handwriting."
Yeah, I figured I'd. Have you noticed anyone being suspicious? This has to be somebody from the inside the crew, right?
Well, I don't see anyone who it could be. I mean, of course, the obvious answer would be, I mean, if you were talking about someone suspicious, we would say Mateo, but I don't see why he would help you.
That is what I thought as well. Mateo seems to be playing his games, but I don't feel that kind of threat that I usually feel when I'm being pursued by Mateo. Mateo doesn't seem dangerous yet. This, on the other hand, has thrown me for a loop.
Sorry, say again?
This, on the other hand, has thrown me for a loop.
I don't know what to make of this. It seems as if you have someone watching over you. Maybe a secret admirer.
I thought I would have outgrown secret admirers by now. But
Mariano does like a full up and down look of you, and it's just like, "Camila, who are you kidding? You growing out of secret admirers? Please." They would be lining up if you really put yourself out there, of course.
A widow must be humble, Mariano.
A widow must learn to move on.
A widow has tried.
A widow must try again. Now, no more talk.
Ah,
We will soon find out who this admirer is. But in the meantime, enjoy your meal.
I shall.
And if
It's
there's
always.
anything that I need to change in the menu or in the way things should happen, please let me know. You know how much I love this place.
I know. It's as much yours as it is mine. I hope you know that.
You say that. You always say that.
Well, I've never found issue with your food before, except November. I don't know what happened, but
I I I was going through something, and you know what that was.
fair enough. Okay. Well, I was thinking about it. It has been a while since we've done a little change to the menu. How about we have a little, a cook-off? There is a lot of fresh blood in the kitchen, and I would love to see what we have now. One
Yes.
day, yeah.
What a wonderful idea. All right, then I think this. Hmm. What day is it today? Sunday?
I would say Sunday would be yesterday. I believe this should be Monday.
Monday. What day shall we have the cook-off then?
With ample time to prepare. I'm not much for the technical parts of the kitchen. How do you think Friday would be fine? Or Thursday maybe. Friday would be too busy. Thursday?
Thursday makes sense. Yes, let's do Thursday.
Well, that's settled. Until then, I shall get to the bottom of this. I must break out my Sherlock Holmes capes and costumes.
Please do keep me updated. I would love to know who this person is.
Of course you
Congratulations
will.
on their good taste.
Yes. Thank you. And she just waits for like a patient moment, and before continuing to eat again. Nice relief with Mariano.
All right. You finish up your meal, and in the meantime, I would say, Federico, you have enough time to gather who you want to gather and catch up.
Huh. Well, gonna. So sorry, is this like a player kind of a thing, or is
I mean,
this?
if there's anything that you want to, if there's anything you want to do, if there's anything Federico wants to do, post lunch rush.
Yeah, I'm going to call out to dos, tres, cuatro, and siete.
Okay.
Let's have a small gathering, shall we? And yeah, I'm just gonna ask them to meet me out back. Um, yeah,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
they
ask them to
all
meet me out back. Yeah.
yeah, they all meet you out back. And Ariadne is the first one to say something. It's like, please, why must this business be so successful?
You say that like it's a bad thing. But
It's a
and
bad thing.
that's fair. That is fair. And you don't you wouldn't have to put up with this for long. We're not gonna be here forever, and it'll be fine. You'll manage, Siente. It's all good. But that being said, to business, we have been getting letters from multiple sources. Um, so the following words should not reach anyone else, and I hope for your secrecy and discretion in this matter.
They
Um,
all nod.
so Julieta has been receiving letters asking her to be, separate from Sebastian. Um, Now we can't have that. Chaos in the kitchen would lead to the production of bad food, and that is not what we stand for. And Yeah, Julieta has told me that she will give me the letters, and I would appreciate us trying to find out who this individual is. And a similar letter has been delivered to Camilla. I want you to check the handwriting on both the envelopes and see
One
if they
second.
match. Oh,
One second.
good.
You do not know about the Camilla envelope thing.
Uno told me, right?
Oh, that one. All right. Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry.
No, I got it. Yeah. No, yeah, no. So, fuck, where was I? Yeah. So no, I'd like you to take these two letters and see if the handwritings match. Try to figure out if they are coming from the same person. Well,
Um, I would say Ariadne takes a look at them and is like, yes, these handwritings do match. They're
oh,
pretty much the same.
okay, gotcha. So, all right then. So we'll have Ariadne. Can you take maybe a day off tomorrow? I'm sure you'd appreciate it for not washing dishes. Um, I'd say go keep an eye on Julieta. Keep an eye on who's getting in, getting around. I want eyes on who's meeting her, who's talking to her. I want to know all of it. Um,
Yes, boss.
Dos and tres, you must keep an eye on Mateo. But not just what he does outside, what he does inside the restaurant is key as well. Um, I want to know all of his movements, pretty much as detailed as you can go. He seems to be liking the food at our place recently, and he's been visiting a lot more frequently than he should be. This is suspicious. Quattro, I just called you out here to have a good time. Honestly, like you're a good dude, I like hanging out. But yeah, if that's all, let's do this. Thank you.
1 second. 1 minute. Um, hold on. Okay. Since you are using your thugs to do things, we're gonna do the thugs feature that you have.
Sounds good.
Yes. Okay. When you send them, I mean, it's if you send them to rough up a target, but you are still giving them assignments. So I'm just gonna generalize like as an assignment.
Sounds good.
Are these easy assignments for your thugs?
I would say that it should be pretty easy because it's not they're not gonna actually go and intimidate. They're not gonna make actual contact. They're just simply hanging around and keeping an eye on things. So I don't
And
think it would
gathering
be that
intel?
difficult now. Yep.
All right. And is the crew well rested and in good health?
Okay, Ariadne, I doubt it because she's been in the dishwashing trauma recently. But other than that, the others should be fine. The PR job is fun, but yeah, I'd say 50-50.
All right. And are you taking control of the situation?
Yes.
All right. You can roll with the 2d6 plus 3.
Sounds good. Oh man, watch this be 2 1s again. Okay.
Like Trez does
Don't
any
say
work
it. Don't put it
anyway.
out into the universe.
You know what? That's fair. I take back my Chekhov's gun. That's a 12. 4, 5 plus 3, yeah, 12.
Let's go. Awesome. Okay. So on a 10 plus, your target chooses 2. So both targets are me, technically. So I will answer
Hey.
these questions next session.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. Someone did bless the dice. Yes. All right. I'm gonna make a note of that. Resolve. Okay. Okay. Back in
Got you.
the kitchen. Everyone has kind of like settled down after lunch rush, and you guys have a little bit of time before you guys have like a couple hours before dinner starts. What is everyone doing in this time? What is like how does everyone kind of wind down in between the two periods? let's start with Fernando.
All right. Yeah, I think sorry. I think Fernando is like sort of I guess kind of like happy about like helping with the menu thing, and is just sort of looking over, making sure everyone's doing okay. I think sort of like after seeing that Carmen, was like okay with her mission, just like maybe goes in, checks in on like, did he see that that Federico like had like sort of a meeting with his group, or where was that? I didn't quite
No
hear.
no one really noticed that.
No one really noticed. Okay, cool. All right. So yeah, I think he's gonna just sort of like look over everyone else who's still in the kitchen and see if anyone like wants to just take a break and talk with him or something. I don't know. Looks over longingly a little bit at Maria, just like, oh, I mean, I don't want to bother you, but
What is Maria doing?
Maria takes approximately 5 minutes to eat something and then gets right back to work because she's still a little embarrassed about yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Aww. And yeah. Oh, you
I-
already finished? Yeah.
I don't. I think Carmen would have been like eating with Maria, and like slow down, Hermana. This is all right. I'm not going to get in the way. I don't want to disturb. But this is not how you are worth more than any of these other cabrons here, and you should know this. You are going to. I've heard that there might be a cook-off. That is what the tea I've got is, and I know with you and all of your beautiful creations, you are going to come out on top.
I appreciate your confidence, but I honestly don't really care about some little competition with pasta. I don't.
It is a cook-off, mi amor. It is not about a specific dish. You can bring your own gems to the table and make them shine.
I'm gonna do the best I can do. I'm not worried about making sure I do better than.
Then what are you worried about? You seem to be. Who are you trying to prove yourself to, Maria? Are you trying to prove yourself to yourself?
I'm not trying to prove anything.
All right.
I'm just here to do my job, and if no one else wants to do their job, that's fine.
Hermana, I do my job.
You do a great job.
A little hurt.
I feel like Fernando like.
But if everyone else here is fine with being behind during the dinner rush, that's on them.
You know what?
Oh, hi.
Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's like Fernando was like just about to say hi and then heard that and was like, we're I don't think we're running behind on the dinner rush right now. Everything's
The dinner rush
good.
hasn't started. I'm prepping so that I don't get behind again.
Hermana?
Is this about yesterday?
I'm fine. I don't know what you guys are worried about. I'm fine.
All right. Hermana, we are not going to interrupt. We are not going to disturb. You do your thing. You do your ritual. I know it is important. I know it is how you center yourself. I will take a puppy here, and we shall not disturb. Puppy, come. We need to have talk.
See you, Maria. Just like, is she okay? What's going on here?
She is a very complicated person, as
Yes.
most beautiful women are. And this is something that I appreciate how much you try, Fernando. It is almost endearing. Um, but
And I
there is
appreciate your backhanded compliments. They're
that is
well,
it
there's
is
something.
they do come very naturally, don't they? Do they not? Uh, but there is something that, well, at least it is not for me, but there is certainly something to be said of trying too hard with certain people. Sometimes, as you have been doing, you should give it time to grow. I don't think that there is a lack of feeling between you and my Hermana.
Okay, so Carmen, our relation, the everything between Maria and myself is strictly professional, as you know. Like, and I was literally
Mm-hmm.
just trying to say hi and
Mm-hmm.
trying to make sure that
Mm-hmm.
she is okay as
Mm-hmm.
a good coworker and, you know, I would like
Mm-hmm.
to say friend would
Mm-hmm.
do.
Mm-hmm.
So
Are you trying to convince me, or are you trying to convince yourself, darling?
I know that you cannot be convinced of whatever your
The truth
your
is,
your your telenovela that in your mind is. I'm sure it's very exciting imagining that uh that this sort of thing is going on, but um I would suggest that, you know, that you let the television actors take care of the drama and we just cook.
like I could not be on television.
A laugh track
Yes.
is.
Uh, all right. If you do not want my assistance as a wing person, then that is your choice. But uh, given what I know of Hermana, I will say that she is not averse to you and your presence.
Wait, she said
Oh no, I'm
uh,
sorry. I'm just going to go now
no.
because we're all being
uh,
professional here. I
uh,
shall just take my leave.
Carmen.
The scene
Oh,
cuts like right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
there's a just like a knowing kind of
It
like
goes to
look,
it
and
goes
it's
to
over.
ad break.
Yeah, it goes to ad break right there with Fernando like
And it comes back to what is Cristobal doing along with the other servers? You have your server friends.
Yeah. Cristobal is having his lunch and browsing the internet for something.
Oh, um, I would say in that
Checking
case,
social media, that sort of thing.
I would say Dolores kind of clocks that you're on your phone and like asks you, Cristobal, what are you looking at?
Oh, it's nothing. It's nothing. And please don't tell anybody, but I've been looking up the Wordle answers lately.
Oh, I like to do connections a little bit more than the Wordle.
I kind of have a competition going between Diego and me. See who
Um,
can solve it fastest.
I would definitely understand why you would be looking up answers just to spite him then.
Yeah.
Sufferable if he would win every day.
No, his ego is big enough.
And she kind of like waves her hands like, tell me about it. With all the overtime that you've been doing, I'm surprised he even gets a paycheck.
I mean, I'm surprised too, but clearly he's doing something right.
I definitely am not saying this, but You should definitely steal his paycheck.
Yeah, no.
Oh, you're no fun.
Well, for one thing, I live clear on the other side of town from him. For another thing, there's cameras.
Mm. That's unfortunate then. Well, are you finished? Shall I take your plates to the back?
Oh, I can take care of it.
Oh,
You
please.
enjoy your lunch.
You look busy. And she kind of like, takes like kind of if you're gonna try to stand up, she's gonna push you down into your chair and like take your plates.
I owe you one.
Nothing like that between friends, and she scurries off.
And once she's outside, I click back to the social media website I was on, checking to see how many followers somebody has.
Ooh, okay. Camila, other than your lunch, what is Camila doing in between?
Yes, I would say she's going to make sure that she takes any of like the really important documents with her when she goes back home this time.
Okay.
Yes, but before she leaves, and she's going to leave before dinner to go get keep the documents and then come back. Before she leaves, she's going to write a little letter back and leave it on the table.
Ooh, okay.
And is going to say in her very, very fancy convent school writing, it seems there isn't any rest for the wicked after all. It seems you've already made your choice, so a game of hide and seek it is. Ready or not, ... and a little heart.
Okay. Amazing. All right, I'm so happy about this. All right. You move documents as you see fit, and I think. Let me just. Okay, so this is done. This is also done. Okay, as everyone returns to their stations for prep, there is a scream that is heard in the kitchen.
Dun, dun, dun.
There it is. As everyone kind of rushes to see what has happened, everyone sees Julieta kind of like clutching like the station behind her, and at her station is a gutted fish with the missing knife just stuck in its eye. And there's nothing else. There's no note or anything, but just this. And she looks around at everyone and says, "Who did this?" And that's where we're going to end today's session.
Ooh, all right.
Yeah, I was gonna say who did this? Yeah, the knife. The way they cut the fish is terrible. What kind of knife work is that?
Maybe that's a clue.
Oh,
I know it's Mateo.
Oh, let's go.
He's gone.
Yeah, I
Yes.
know he doesn't know how to handle food. This is why his restaurants don't work. Never got it
he's,
before.
he's gone off after giving me stock options. Let the man go.
I don't know. Do you have those stock options yet?
You got promised.
I have it in writing. Like with the
You have it
signature.
in writing that if you got today's menu, you didn't do that, did you?
You think this is going to be a problem for Carmen?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
You know how many lawyers she knows.
somehow she resonates and gets along with the lawyers very well.
Yes.
Yeah, hell spawn of a feather flock together. Anyway. Yes, so demure, very mindful, yes.
Very cutesy.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. Thank you for joining us for another episode of El Sabor del Amor. Join us again next week while we find out who's behind the letters and the secret admirer, maybe even, and what happens to Carmen's stock options.
Are we off next week?
Oh, we are.
Yes.
We are off next week, unfortunately. But then the week after that, that would be September 10th. We will be back on September 10th. And in that case, I'm gonna miss it for a week, but that's okay. That's okay. We have good stuff to come back to. As always, I am Agent P. I use they, them pronouns. You can find me on Instagram at the.agent.p and on Twitter at theagentp_. You can find a link to all the TTRPGs that I've been in on my Twitter. But other than that, you can just find me here almost anytime there's an event. Let's start saying goodbye with Amanda.
All right. So, let me switch out of this voice. So yeah, I'm Amanda Panda Sensei here on Twitch, Nanibgal TL at on Twitter, she her pronouns, and Amanda Panda in Japan. Yeah, okay. Bye.
All right, Kronos.
Yeah, this is Discord. Kronos Time Lord. I see the DM request and it still says 0 on it, and I want that to change. But yeah, that's me.
What?
What?
Okay. Adi. I love how the camera zoomed in. Oh. Adi.
Hello, people of the internet. I am Adi MK. You can find me on Noonlight Creations on Instagram, and I'm soon going to be on Twitch myself. I will leave it to you. Should I do It's Adi MK or Adi Plays With? You let me know. That is me, and I'm looking forward to what the pressure cooker reveals as it rattles on for a week off. Let's go.
Alrighty, Emily.
I'm Emily at Emily Plays D&D on TikTok and Twitter. If I ever remember to post in either of those places.
All right, Sangeet.
I am Sangeet. I do not have any socials. Thumbs up, guys.
Amazing. That is absolutely amazing. That's a great outro. And last but not least, Denver.
Sorry, technical difficulties on my end. I'm Denver, she, they. On Twitter, I am at DEA Grant Draws, and Twitch, I am DJD20.
Oh, awesome. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. We're going to stay on here for a minute just to cool off before stream ends. So, as the audience, what did y'all think about the episode? Anyone can chime in.
Oh, I had a lot of fun. It was fun. Tanishkata. Very fun. Yeah, I did like that last interaction with Carmen. That was really funny.
Hey, she offered you a little offering, but you.
Yeah. Oh well, that's his. That's Fernando's problem. That's future Fernando's problem. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, because you know now that Carmen's going to make you work for it.
Yeah. Oh well.
Good puppy.
God.
It's like, hello, hi, there we go. Hi, thank you for the riff last minute tech issues. But hello, I'm Steve, the faceless, nameless voice that runs Pantsless tables. Thank you so much for today's session. I had so much fun, and I have genuinely, I have not been more jealous about not being part of a game than this game today. So yeah, we'll be back next week. We're off for the entire week. No shows from Pantsless Tables because I am traveling. But we'll be back the week after with all of our regularly scheduled stuff. Thank you all for vibing. For that, also important announcement: we're hosting a really big charity event end of September. DM applications are open for that right now, but by the time this episode goes out, we'll probably have selected DMs and we'll probably have player applications open, which is also really cool. So feel free to apply to the game and do all that good stuff. Thank you for vibing. You're all fantastic as always.